Since the size of the North Korean film market is not very big and there aren't many film productions, once a new movie is made, it is screened continuously in movie theaters and TVs for years. In North Korea, there are many people who spend their leisure time watching movies, and watching one film over and over again is considered normal. But most content admire the Kim family or brainwashes people on socialism. Also, people who can afford foreign or South Korean films buy them secretly. There are North Korean films that are widely popular and attracted international attention. In today's top 3, we will look at North Korean films which are well known overseas. Number 3. Flower Girl. In 2008 in Beijing, North Korea's Sea of Blood opera premiered a revolutionary opera called Flower Girl. It became a huge hit with the middle class. In the 60s, Chinese people who watched this film, Flower Girl, were drenched in a bit of nostalgia. The film was created by Kim Il-sung and adopted by Kim Jong-un. It was the first North Korean film to be screened outside the Hermit Kingdom. The film is set during the Japanese occupation of Korea. Unable to pay her family's debt and her father having died, the Flower Girl works as a maid. Her younger blind sister is accused of being possessed by evil spirits and is arrested by Japanese arsonists. With her brother being away for military service, her mother works as a maid to care for the family. But when her mother falls sick, she must find a way to raise money for her mother's medicine. She begins to pick flowers and sell them all over the village. However, she couldn't raise enough money and her mother passes away. The Flower Girl continues to suffer more misfortunes until the return of her brother Cholyong, who had been away serving in the military. Inspired by her brother and the villagers, she embarks on a journey to overthrow the village landlord. The film is about how to get out of misery created by class system. It emphasizes revolution as the only solution. It's a brainwashing socialism story common in most North Korean films, but we must appreciate the delicate depiction of the story and how the worldview changed towards Flower Girl. The film was successful in North Korea and China, and came with great repercussions in the society as well. Number 2. The Journal of a Schoolgirl. In the 2000s, a new trend in North Korean films saw a portrayal of mostly young people as protagonists. Before that, many films portrayed lives of middle-aged people who survived the war. So, this was a very different new endeavor. Among those new films is The Journal of a Schoolgirl, which drew more than 8 million spectators in North Korea alone. It was the first North Korean film to be screened at the Cannes Film Festival. It set a record and attracted South Korea's attention as well. The main plot explores the life of a young girl called Suryeon who's being raised by ordinary scientist parents. Suryeon is good at computers in English and she wants to be a scientist like her father. Looking at her father who didn't have a breakthrough as a scientist, she promises herself not to live a life of failure. From a North Korean point of view, this film is very dreamlike story. Even children from poor families, if they study and work hard, they believe that they can get into a university. They also believe that they can live in a good apartment and enjoy happiness if they work hard. It is a story full of hope for North Koreans and a sharp contrast with existing revolutionary content. It was praised for being realistic and honest, but its undertones towards nuclear test has also been criticized. Number 1. The Story of Our Home. The film The Story of Our Home was made in 2016. It won the Best Picture award in North Korea. It is considered one of the most outstanding works in North Korean cinema. This film was screened in 2018 during Moscow Film Festival and in South Korea during Bucheon International Fantastic Film Festival. The film received so much attention and it is based on a true story. The main character, who has just turned 20, learns of the circumstances of her neighbors who suddenly became orphans. She decides to help them the best way she can. Separated from her brother who is away serving in the army and stubbornly refusing help from the neighbors, the orphans slowly opens their hearts to Junga, who treats them with devotion. It's a story of living together like a family. The story of a young woman devotedly caring for orphans. The overall structure of this film is heartwarming as a human story. However, class and loyalty to the state are supreme. The state does not abandon children of the party members who have devotedly served the system. It is a film that cannot be regarded as pure as far as the meaning goes. This film was made under Kim Jong-un's regime. It starts by emphasizing humanity, and midway, the promotion of the system becomes apparent. It's a film with many disappointments, enough to be classified as a nationalist film. How was our today's top 3 video? See you in the next video as we explore more interesting and shocking top 3 stories. Thank you, and please like this video and subscribe to our channel.